dropped out of high school to pursue his dream of growing a business, landed his first big client at the age of 17, and started his online business school afterwards. Now worth $20 million in net worth at the age of 22. Is this story development or plot cliche, or is it a unique tale of a happy ending for this young man? Is it true? Is it false? Or is it everything? Let's dive into the story of Iman Gadzi. Well, the question about who Iman is, his background, how he made his money, if his NFT, his Growyouragency business was all a crappy business, was all a hoax, as to whether his online courses are crappy, as to whether how much he really had, how he made his money, all those questions to me was met with a lot of variations in answers. People had their different opinions, which I would like to respect, and that made it even difficult for me to proceed with my research, because unveiling the truth about who really Iman is going to take a massive amount of time in research that I don't have ample time for. I just want to talk about this young man. I just want to make a video about him. We've all heard stories about Versace, GMC, Papa John's, Nike, Honda, Louis Vuitton, Dunkin' Donuts, Subway, Lamborghini, Facebook, Airbnb, Cornelius Vanderbilt, just to say a few. And yet, why some of these people might have done something wrong or gotten something wrong at a point in their life, or done one or two things bad at a point in their lives, we don't look at these people. While we read about them, we don't look for their mistake to magnify them. These ones are already successful. What we want to know from them is how they got there in the first place. So if our original intentions was to look for where these people did very wrongly, where they performed very wrongly, then just to criticize them and just to judge them and just to justify our own laziness, just to justify our own inactiveness, just to justify our poverty, then it will remain poor, and yes, poor forever. That shouldn't be our main intention whenever we research these people. You may think that this video is about Iman Gadzi. Well, actually, this video is about us. Is to address the approach you take when making research on people. Well, I'm not saying there's anything wrong in digging out the dirt on somebody or digging up the dirt on somebody. No. After all, organizations and companies do that. Employers do that. They do what they call background check before ever even employing someone into the organization. That must be done. In fact, in some organizations, the forms are even filled that questions, interrogatory questions will be asked as to that person's background. So there's absolutely nothing wrong in doing our research on someone who we want to be engaged in the business dealing with. In fact, if someone offers a service to us, it's automatically we become employers of that person. And definitely as employers, it's only wise and reasonable to do what they call background search on that particular person. We can do background search to check the person's authenticity, reliability, and if there's any scandal surrounding that business or that individual, so as to be sure whether we're venturing into the right deal, into the right business with that particular person. There's absolutely nothing wrong. But what I want to correct here is when we do research, not with that aim in mind, but with the aim to vandalize that person's reputation, to disrepute that person's image, that will be very wrong. What if all that was said about the person were lies? Well, what if all that was said about the person were lies? Definitely, if our aim was to tarnish the image of that particular person, we will only look for the negative of that particular person. That is true. Let's take for example, there was a video Coffeezilla made about Andrew Tate. Definitely, he had made a video on Andrew Tate about his crappy hustlerversity program. Well, he made a video as to how that program contained just some normal information that we can get from anywhere in the internet, and how expensive, how unreasonably expensive the program is for such very common information. That was true. But at the same time, when there was this rape scandal surrounding Andrew Tate, he also came out and spoke about the possibility of it being a lie. So that is a true journalist. That is what I'll call true journalism. So we want to have that mindset as well when we're making research. We want to be open-minded. We don't want to base our research solely on solely because of likes and dislikes about a particular person. We want our researches to be undefiled. We want our researches to be unaffected by the negativity we might feel for that person. Let's be open-minded researchers. My opinion on crappy courses is this: if you promise people this, when you have the intention of delivering that for me is scamming. It's scamming these people off their hard-earned money, especially if these people paid a lot for what you have promised them. That is very, very shady, and it's absolutely unethical and absolutely wrong. Let's say, for example, you buy a ticket to go watch a particular movie in the cinema, and that movie happens to be, that movie was marketed or was advertised as a sci-fi movie, and now on getting to the cinema, what was shown was an animal documentary. That isn't going to sit well with you, right? That is the same way that it doesn't sit well with customers. You've promised A, but you've delivered B. Not even anything close to A, but just outright B. Sometimes some people promise A, they deliver Z. That is absolutely wrong and scammy, and it's very unethical. So it's, except you are promising to entertain these particular people for that very high amount, fine. But the people who are purchasing your courses to solve particular problems, to solve one particular problem or the other. Many of them are not there to see you shirtless and talk about your very common things. Many of them are not there to see your luxurious houses. Well, it can serve as a motivation, beautiful, but many of them are there to solve particular problems. It might be a problem in marketing, it might be a problem in starting up an agency or starting up a business, it might be a problem in advertising, it might be a problem in stock purchases, a problem might be that some of them want to venture into the real estate business. It might be that some are even dream of starting a car dealership. It might be that some even dream of starting a production line of a clothing line, whatever that is called. It might be one or two of these things. It might be that some are in the hospitality industry, and they are buying your course because you promised to solve the problem they might be faced with in their particular business, their individual business venture. So if you now all you offer is entertainment, well, and nothing more, maybe coming out shirtless and talking about very, very, very common things, that will be so disappointing. If you are a true brand, it's definitely going to affect your brand. If you're a legitimate one, it's definitely going to affect it, or else you build on fraudulent activities. And if you're a legitimate brand, you will be concerned about your reputation. I would say it was the same disappointment I was met with when I visited the Growyouragency website, the platform. I was so excited when I heard that Iman has an agency that helps people grow their agency. I was so amazed. So quickly I wanted to check what it's all about. I wanted to see one or two things. I wanted to see if I can get one or two ideas on that particular platform, because I'm growing a public speaking agency here. I've been thinking of how to fund it. I've been thinking of how to grow it. So I have little or no money. I'll be stuck with this teaching job for a long time. But on getting to the agency, getting to the platform, I saw nothing. It was a blank page. And that wasn't what I expected. That definitely wasn't what I expected. And it wasn't about my network provider. It wasn't about the crappy phone I'm using that isn't working well. No. It was that the website was shut down, and it was shut down for good. I don't know. That is really, really, really disappointing. I don't know. It made me to question: is this really legitimate? Although I don't want to pass judgment. Here. There might have been a lot that went down leading to the closure of that particular website. And if the website hasn't actually been closed down, or hasn't actually been shut down rather, that I am wrong, I would like to know about it. So that's just my opinion.